Prophylaxis, also known as preventative thinking. Important in many things, we will be talking about its importance in chess. Can you believe that in this chess puzzle, the only winning move for black is King A7? We will discuss, we will get there. No one thinks of King A7 on their first move. They calculate many things, and when it doesn't work, they find King A7 is what makes it work. So, things to notice about the position. Black's rook is pinned, so we're not actually attacking the queen. We are defending it, and we have a bunch of pressure on the H file. So the H2 pawn is a focal point in the position. You can briefly look at queen takes H2, though this would quickly get canceled out because they could just block that and you're down to queen. More realistic would be bishop takes F2, threatening checkmate. Of course, they're going to pick up our rook here, go H3, create a bind on the light squares, preventing our checkmate, and the attack fizzles out. We have nothing. So you know that when you move the bishop, they have to block the checkmate with H3. We do have a dark squared bishop though, and we do have a queen. So you might be thinking battery, right? Because when H3, you can envision maybe a battery checkmate. Of course, for many reasons, bishop G3 is wrong. One being the bishop is in front of the queen. That will never be checkmate. Bishop F6, impossible to get the battery. Bishop E7, another move, right idea, wrong time. They will go H3 here, they have to, and we will go bishop D6 going for mate. However, the problem is they have one good move in this position, queen takes D8, not rook takes D8. Then black would be winning. Queen takes D8, and they are now able to stop the checkmate, break the battery, break the connection. We win in exchange, but we just lost a rook. So we're going to be down a piece. That does not work. So then black stumbles upon, okay, I need to gain a tempo. I need to gain a move in the position that makes all of this possible. And then King A7 is found. Now we calculate. You create a threat. That's a win. You're no longer pinned. They cannot take with the queen. So here they have to take with their rook. It's their only move. And now you go bishop E7. So the point is not to win the rook back. It was to deflect the rook off of the E file. Because now when they go H3, stopping mate in 1, we go bishop to D6, threatening checkmate. The only move they have to stop checkmate is giving up their queen. Now, of course, take with the queen. Why would you double your pawns for no reason? Not good. Take with the queen. Preserve your structure. Here's phase 2. Now, most people would leave off as, oh, this is the solution, but you're far from the end of the game. I would say that's solution A. Solution B is winning this game. A rook and a bishop for a queen. White is going to try to set up a fortress. We went pawn C6 to untie the queen. The more free your pieces, the more active your pieces, the more tied down your opponent's pieces, the easier it'll get. So white tries to set up a fortress on the light squares because that is what he has control over with his bishop. And queen B1, a very important move. This provokes a pawn push by white. He has two choices. One, B3, because the rook X-rays on the second rank. But this damages the integrity of his pawn structure as a whole. So he chooses A3. Makes sense. Everything is defended, literally. But A3 created a weakness. What was the weakness A3 created? B3. Every time a pawn is pushed, it weakens the square diagonally to it before it had moved, prior to moving. So we got a weakness out of that. Now we're going to go back to the dark squares, ask some questions, because the dark squares are what we have control over. Creating a box, pushing pawns, infiltrating with the queen, but white's not budging. He's not playing for a win. He's playing for a draw. It's a lot more difficult to win when your opponent's not playing for a win because they're just going to hide. So eventually you're going to need to make a decision. That decision is found by black now. White weakened B3, and that is the key. You make progress with your pieces. Now you might be asking, why is my king on B3? Well, to give up the queen. However, do not rush this decision. It is an idea. You need to make as much progress in your position as possible. If you sack the queen now, why would you sack the queen when your pawns are so far back? They do have a bishop. Your pawns on light squares. They can collect. They can do some damage potentially. Make as much progress as possible. They can't do anything. So you're just gaining time in the position. Now when your pawns are all in their perfect squares, as extended as possible, now you sack the queen and their bishop is not in time. Yes, your pawns are on the light squares. You're not going to lose many, just the base of it. You're protecting everything else, and then they cannot stop you from promoting. This is resignable for white. And this, I think, was a very instructive game. Instructive in the positional sense, that tactics stem from good positional. It was a prophylactic tactic. That is, not only does that rhyme, it's very rare to see. And then I think giving up the queen for the rook is just important to see, because yes, you can tell black is winning, but how? That's the question that must be answered, otherwise you will not win. Black found the answer, he got the win. Very instructive game/puzzle, I would say. Thank you for watching.